So, when I started playing this game, there was one character omission which was just glaring to me. It was like, why is this guy not in here? And that was C3PO. I know that, Jabba the Hutt's missing and there are loads of characters missing, but C3PO is not in there. A decent Chewbacca also. So I thought it might be fun to try and work out some abilities for C3PO. Now, as we know, C3PO doesn't attack anything or anybody, so the way I reckon is that he would be similar to Hermit Yoda, in that he grants buffs to his allies, and once the game is over, he just disappears. So the first one I thought of was an ability called Tactical Retreat. All allies gain evasion up and critical avoidance for 2 turns. Rebel allies gain 20% turn meter. Imperial trooper enemies suffer offense down for 1 turn. If there's one thing that C3PO does well, it's run away. He and R2 run away, and they're always running away from stormtroopers. So I figured that made a decent amount of sense. I thought that was alright, and if Han Solo is there, Stormtrooper Han is there, let's say, and Chewie's there, even though no one uses him, Rebel allies can gain a bit of turn meter to enable them to run faster. That was the thing. So that's Tactical Retreat. Next one is Translation Protocol. The idea for this one is because he's a translator, obviously. So C3PO transfers all non-unique buffs from a target ally to another target ally. If no buffs are present on target ally gains Foresight for 3 turns. If Old Ben is present, he also gains Foresight for 3 turns. So, of course, Old Ben is a tank. Foresight would be very useful for that. C3PO used to belong to Old Ben, or Ben Kenobi. And, of course, he is a translation droid. So I figured translating or taking buffs from one ally and planting them on another, I thought that was quite a good way of translation. I don't know how to say that. Then levitation. C3PO gains stealth until he next takes damage, and all Ewok allies attack. If R2-D2 is present, he also attacks. So, of course, C3PO was raised, he was levitated, and the Ewoks thought he was a god. So if you put C3PO in an Ewok team, he's going to command them all to attack, and he's going to be unhittable until somebody does an attack over area on your team. I thought that was quite good. That's not a bad one, I didn't think. And if R2 is there, of course, he's gonna charge forward as well. Of course, C3PO lost his memory, or is removed from him, so that information couldn't be passed over. So, memory wipe. C3PO suffers daze for 2 turns and loses all buffs. So in this one, I figure he needs to sacrifice something because he's getting his memory wiped. And this is also an option for him to lose the aforementioned stealth ability. But because he's done this, all other units gain 100% turn meter. So I reckon that's a fairly decent ability. So it would have to have a negative effect on C3PO. And finally, not an attack, best friends. If R2-D2 is present, R2-D2 and C3PO gain health up for the duration of the battle. So best friends allows them to heal constantly. I don't know whether, I can't imagine how this would be a 1 or a 2, but certainly an unavoidable health up for the duration of the battle if you put these 2 guys together. I think that's all right. I don't know if I'm going to win any Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes awards for that. I'm sure there's a C3PO in the works. There has to be. I mean, it's C3PO for crying out loud. I just thought I'd have a little go. If you have any better ideas, put them in the comments. Maybe someone will listen.